Well, we're back. Welcome to Never Ending Cars, taking that never ending ride with us. So today we're working on like repositioning the seats so we can make it more comfortable, especially for a guy like me who's like 6'6" tall. So being able to reconfigure the seats in a way where they're back and then like tilt the front up, it creates just a more comfortable position to drive the car, more leg room, and it's amazing what a small amount will do. So with that, one of the first things we're doing, if you picture this being the seat track and this being the seat, well, we're going to take the seat track off and we're going to move it forward and remount it. And that's going to be probably about an inch forward, which will move the seat an inch back. And with that, it just makes it more leg room. Just even that little bit, just like I said, makes such a difference. So with that being said, the other part of this is we're going to incline the front to give it like a recline. And the way to do that, looking at this here, is this is the seat bolt that came out of the floor. And this is not the hardware that I used, but I did find some other hardware, but we got, a little bit longer bolt. So that way we can actually add a spacer in there. So these bolts ended up being a little bit too short, but I actually went a whole nother route anyway, because this hardware that I bought, this little brass bushing, it just wiggles around. It's a little too big. I kind of knew it when I bought it, but it was all they had. And then I went to another hardware store and found more of what I wanted, but this will represent what I'm talking about. So again, if you can picture this being the seat track, we take that out and I put a washer on the bottom on top of that nutsert. So that way this thing isn't just driving into that nutsert. It'll actually just drive more into the washer. So we're going to plant that on the floor. We're going to take this spacer, throw it in there. We're going to throw another washer on top to give a nice solid mount for the seat track to mount to, like so. And then we're just going to bolt that thing down with the longer bolt. And basically this is a 1-inch spacer with a couple washers, so a little more than 1 inch. And then again, moving the seat back 1 inch by moving the tracks forward is going to give us so much more room. So that's kind of the premise of what's going on in this episode today. And then we'll take a look at how that's done and how easy it actually is. And then mount them up and kind of give you an overview of what it looks like and what it feels like. So again, appreciate you joining today. I hope you enjoy the rest of the episode. Thanks. We have our seat track bolts on 4 corners. So we're going to start taking those out and see if this has the provisions like the other seats I have before, where you can just drill them out and boom, and just screw them right back in and move the seat back like an inch and a half. So we'll get working on that, see how that goes. We have some pretty good video space here. Good lighting. Let's just say, are those 3/8? Nope, 7/16. Do one seat at a time, possibly. Oop. Well, that's not it either. That's 7/16. What is it, metric? It might be metric. That would be crazy. It's probably a 9. I think they're fairly fine thread. Yeah, that's a 9. Oh boy, those are in there. Let's get the impact out maybe, huh? I don't know. Alright, so let's do it with a drill instead. Those are in there pretty good. See if we can do this without hurting ourselves. Maybe. Maybe not. There it goes. Much better than a ratchet. Okay. So we have the ability to move those forward and just put some nuts on the other side. So we're going to maximize that as much as we can. So I think we're going to do, I'd say about an inch. Let's see what an inch does. There's one. There's two. There's three. There's four. Looks pretty good. I mean, it makes a difference. It's unreal how much that inch matters, but so now if we get the right drill bit, we can punch that and drill it out. Go get the punch. I can't find my little automatic punch, little spring-loaded one, but we'll try that. This one looks pretty dead on, as does this one. Those look pretty good. That one looks pretty good. That one looks pretty good. Let's find a drill bit. Because we might be able to reuse the same bolts. Nothing on that side, nothing on that side, nothing there, nothing there. Hopefully this doesn't take too long. Nope, walking. So we might be able to reuse the same bolts. Or we can thread them, one way or the other. I need the vacuum. The vacuum is wireless when it's on. So our aftermarket bolts fit and our stock bolts fit. So let's see what we have now. Now, do I dare just try and thread that in there or not? I don't know. We got our holes drilled out, so I think we're going to try and just put the old hardware right back in. Just like that. Let's try this one. Okay. That one's back on. That one's back on. One more. Ooh, a little off though. That's not good. Let's loosen this back up a little. There we go. That's better. Ah, much better. Sorry, small interruption there. But got all the bolts in, making sure they're snug and not stripped. So those are in. So this seat is ready to go. So we'll go stand that up and get it out of the way. I call these the river seats because when you flip the car over, the seats lock into place, but when they're sitting straight up like normal, they just push forward. So yeah, if you're ever upside down in a river, then the seats are in a position that they're locked. All right. Well, in the end, it looks like we bought some hardware we didn't need. Ever so gently. Grab my knee pad. Okay. Let's see if we can't move this forward a little bit. There's that one. Move that back. Mount our bolts, or nuts, I mean. And again, we'll just make those snug but loose. Snug but loose. Slide the seat back. Okay. All right. So we might have to cut some of this carpet out of here. so you can get these washers set in place. So I'm gonna go grab the knife. A little bit of cuttage here. That came right out. Washer. Lift up the carpet. Just using the washers to give a flat surface for this to mount to, since I just have those skinny little sleeves on there. Oop. Gotta go with the pick to get that one back. Hopefully we can dig that one out of there. It just slid underneath the carpet. There it is. Okay. Good on that one. We have spacer. Spacer. Washer. Washer. I'm sure we're going to knock those off here in a second. So let's get those through there. Let's slide the seat forward, hopefully. Find the thread circle there. That's that front one. I don't know if we found that one or not. Let's see. Oh yeah. Home free. Okay. Now, we just got to put that piece of plastic back in the back. Raise the if I can get it out of here. May not be able to with the threads. Maybe I should have put that in first. Usually I do it second. On there, hopefully. Oh yeah, home free. See well with others, see? There we go. So we're going to leave those loose. Tighten up the front first. Back and forth, back and forth. snug, snug, and then tighten. 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 Snug the back. Tighten the back, I should say. Oh, bring it back over. Has an appearance like it's not all the way down. I mean, my belief is switching the seats, you know. Never tried it before. Figured I would. There it goes. Whew. Looks done to me. Let's see. Seat moves. Now let's see how well we fit in here now. This will probably be a lot different. Oh, that's much better. Seats recline back. Got room for my legs. I'm not up in the dash. Seats are solid. Way to go, man. Well, this project is done. All right, so to give you the final look of how this turned out. So basically, you're looking at the riser there, little spacer. Got a washer underneath, washer on top. Got a new bolt going through the top. Like I said earlier, I used different hardware because I kind of like the looks of this better, and the size of those other spacers were just a little too big. But so just trying to get a eye full of what those look like. And then it gives that seat just enough rake in order to fit better. So as far as like a driver of the car, I went ahead and actually did both seats. So when you're looking across, you know, you don't see two different angles on the seats, and makes it comfortable for the other person too, especially if they're tall. So I think all that's looking pretty good. The seats are nice and solid. You know, I mean, it's not like they don't shake any more than they already did. So yeah, we just made it work. I think it's going to work good. So at least it did the last time, so we did it again. Well, I hope you enjoyed the episode. If you like what you saw, click like, subscribe, and comment. Thanks for joining Never Ending Cars and taking that never-ending ride.